we'd like to show our continued support and call the Chief Minister, His respected Mian Shehbaz Sharif, to the podium.
Honorable members of delegation from Pakistan, honorable overseas Pakistanis, our great ambassadors living abroad, MEP Sajjad Kareem, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. It's really a rare honor and a privilege to be here this afternoon, and I thank the host, Mr. Kamar Raza, co-chairman WCOP, and of course MEP Sajjad Kareem, who has been extremely generous in saying a few good words about me, which I don't deserve at all. However, I can only promise and make a solemn commitment that I will try and live up to his and your expectations. Now, let me start from the fact that Pakistan is our country. Overseas, you are doing a great job wherever you are, in Britain, in Europe, North America, Middle East. And truly, you are great ambassadors of Pakistan. And it's not about our honorable businessmen or investors living abroad. It's about every individual in every walk of life. He or she is contributing towards the economy of host country, and of course building and upholding and enhancing the name of great country through your wonderful efforts. Pakistan has been through some very difficult times, as you know. I don't need to go into any detail. Suffice it to say that ever since the so-called war of Islam versus communism in 80s, and we were encouraged to become frontline state to fight communism in Afghanistan, and we were supported by friendly countries in more than one ways. God knows that we defeated Russia or some other contributing factors. I think historians will judge it. But the fact of the matter is that after the Russians left Afghanistan, what we got as a matter of consequence of this war is a live threat to our existence in terms of terrorism. We got Kalashnikov culture, and we got jihadi culture, and drug peddlers and whatnot. Imagine that in 60s and 70s, or even in early 80s, you could go to any place in Karachi and Lahore and other places. There were no tensions, and there was no even semblance of extremism. I mean, you could see Muslims getting along with non-Muslims in Pakistan as Pakistanis, and nobody would even bother about anything. And after this jihad, you have seen, different manifestations of extremism, of sectarian terrorism, of various hue and color, which has led to the most difficult times Pakistan has passed through. And today it's a live threat, and it's a reality. And I always maintain, and let me say, in all sincerity, that there's no point in going into the history and cry over the spilt milk. That's past. Today we have to put things in order. Today and tomorrow and day after. For our children, for our posterity. And that is exactly, ladies and gentlemen, is happening in Pakistan. After a long time, civil and military leadership are on one page. Shehbaz is a great manifestation of our commitment and our resolve to fight terrorism. Our Jawans, our soldiers, our officers of Pakistan Army, of police, of law enforcement agencies, common citizens, they've all paid great sacrifices, and there cannot be a bigger manifestation of our commitment to fight this menace, and our iron resolve to beat this menace holistically. But it will take time, as it did not come overnight. It will not go away overnight. What is important is that our resolve that we will continue fighting this terrorism until the last terrorist is defeated and killed. And that's, I think, important. Sometimes we will fall and we will rise up again. Sometimes we will be given a setback, but we will come back pouncing again. Sometimes they will try and create a scare, but we will come back and show our resolve, our iron resolve, that they cannot deter us. But then, do we stop doing other things until we have defeated this menace? No. We have to do everything in tandem. And that's very important. And that is, by the grace of God, taking place in Pakistan. I will not repeat what has been said very ably by our speakers here, but very briefly I'd like to explain how things are shaping up. I am not going to criticize any government politically, because this is not my place today here in London. I'm first Pakistani here and then anything else. But if you ask me what are the first 2 or 3 major challenges which are facing Pakistan, I have explained one, and that is terrorism. And by the grace of God, we are totally determined to face it and defeat it. And the other one is, of course, our energy deficit, and which has been painfully, a very painful story continuing from the last decade or so. Today, I can say with a sense of satisfaction and with a sense of pride that with the support of the people of Pakistan, the government of Pakistan has been able to put in place a mechanism, a roadmap through which, if things keep on moving smoothly and are not given any kind of undue resistance or roadblock, by end of 2017, Pakistan would be, inshallah, coming out of an age of darkness into light, into prosperity, into progress, into happiness. And for this, I have to say that our great friend China has once again played a very, very important role. China has always been there to support Pakistan through thick and thin, be it wars, peace, earthquake, floods, whatever. China has always stood by Pakistan diplomatically, politically, at international forums, and trying to show to the world that around the globe, amongst Pakistan's best friends, China can be counted and relied upon. And here, ladies and gentlemen, I want to share with you something very heartwarming. Through great efforts of Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif and Chinese leadership's generosity and commitment towards the people of Pakistan, under CPEC's umbrella, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, agreements worth $46 billion were signed in April this year during the visit of President Xi Jinping's to Islamabad. This has never happened before, not only in Pakistan, nowhere else in the world. Imagine a country faced with difficulties and challenges I've just explained to you. China had far better options to invest in these areas, which it has committed to invest in Pakistan in terms of returns, guaranteed returns to their investments, in terms of enabling circumstances and environments, in terms of facilitations, in terms of cost-effective business practices, and so on and so forth. And of course, in terms of peaceful environment. Yet, China decided to invest this money in Pakistan. And today, I think it should be clear to all and sundry that these are Chinese investments. These are not expensive loans, as was propagated a year ago or 10 months ago, that these are commercial loans and Pakistan should not have borrowed them, etc. This is like insulting Chinese intellect, insulting their goodwill towards Pakistan, insulting their resolve to support Pakistan, while these projects are now coming up all over Pakistan, in Punjab, in KPK, in Sindh, in Balochistan. These are largely, I would say, other than infrastructure projects, these are all 100% Chinese investments in energy sector. $36 billion. I can count at least two in Punjab. A 1,320 megawatt coal-based power project is fast under construction in Sahiwal as we speak. And it seemed that as if miracle is taking place. 24 hours work during night, during day, during rain, and nothing stopping them. 1,000 megawatt project in Bhavalpur solar power project is being constructed by Chinese company. In Port Qasim, Karachi, 1,320 megawatts coal-based power project is under fast completion. In Tharkol, 1,000 megawatts will come up. Hydel power projects in KPK and in Balochistan. These are solid Chinese investments. And there are no additional guarantees they have sought from us to protect their investment. It is what Pakistan had always offered to the world over. And you have seen, and you know very well, how many foreign investors came to Pakistan to invest in energy sector. So I think it is time to understand that we must remember this. It is investment from China, but it is great favor of China. It is a total commercial deal Chinese have committed with Pakistan, but it's a great gift from them. Who else has invested in Pakistan? What to talk of $36 billion, even $3 million in Pakistan energy sector. Apart from our Pakistani diaspora from Britain, I am told there is a company here in Britain who have invested in 250 megawatts near Shehbaz, and of course some other investments. And none other. So this is what China has done to Pakistan. It is a reflection of their confidence in the leadership of Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif and their love and affection for 180 million people of Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, now when these projects will be up and about, inshallah, in about in 2.5 years' time from now, in 2 years' time from now, Pakistan will be lit. Agriculture, industry, commerce, trade will all be activated. And somebody just mentioned that our annual growth is 4.2%. You know it very well. I don't have to tell you. You are well informed that merely because we lack in energy, we lose 2% in our annual growth. Only by plugging industry and agriculture with sufficient electricity in 2017, our growth will jack up to 6% straight away. And on top of that, whatever you do extra efforts will be your bonus. You can achieve 7%, you can achieve 6.5%. It's all up to us. Then the government of Pakistan, along with the government of Punjab, have already awarded contracts to international companies, GE in this case, the American, the world's renowned turbine manufacturers, and Chinese EPC contractors for 3,600 megawatts of gas-based power project. And it's not a hearsay, it's not just pep talk. While I speak here, groundwork has already started at 3 sites for these 3,600 megawatts, which will be completed again by end of 2017. And this is on top of CPAC. This is Pakistan's own money, Pakistan's own coffers. Punjab government has picked up 1,200 megawatts, and federal government has picked up 2,400 megawatts. All this, ladies and gentlemen, will convert into something which will attract foreign investment in Pakistan, because it was shy till this point in time, because they knew that if they invest, there will be no power to run the wheel of industry or their projects they have been longing for to invest in Pakistan. So I can assure you that God willing, the next 2.5 years, everything going well and smooth, inshallah, you will see Pakistan finally coming out of power deficit. If it will be sufficient by then, if not self-sufficient. Then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, there are huge projects taking place. Again, Gwadar Port, Silk Route, Karachi-Lahore motorway, Lahore-Multan motorway. All these are being either excavated or the work is about to start on these projects. Billions of rupees are being invested again. Some of the portions are being picked up through China under China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, and the rest is being committed by the government of Pakistan. Public transport, as you know, is a very important element to any civilized society. If you have to reach hospitals, schools, factories, offices on time, and time is money. Look up and how we have been wasting millions of hours in the last 68 years because of lack of efficient, reliable transport. People standing at bus stations, for hours and hours to reach their hospitals, to their schools, to their factories, their offices. And now this culture of providing public transport to the people of Pakistan, particularly in Punjab, is a great sigh of relief to the common man. In Lahore, in Islamabad, Rawalpindi, and now in Multan, it is under construction. In the next 4 or 5 months, Multan would also be ready. And then 4th project coming up in Lahore, again under CPAC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, Orange Line. Now this is not bus metro, this is rail metro. Now the last point on this count I'd like to share with you is this, that there is going to be an investment conference on 2nd of December, organized by FCO and of course by our High Commissioner and Punjab Board of Investment, and of course I'm sure Pakistani British businessmen will also be represented over there, and of course some big houses are also coming from Pakistan. And there will be a segment of CPAC. We will show to all of you China-Pakistan Economic Corridor's contours. And there is going to be a linkage. As you know, recently President Xi Jinping has been to UK, and there was a red carpet welcome given to him. He stayed in Buckingham Palace for 2 nights, had banquet, had lunch, and whatnot. So I think British people are very smart, are very wise. I mean, they know how to attract investment, and they did not worry about other things. They were concerned about bringing investment in UK, and they've been very successful. So this is a linkage between Pakistan and British, between Pakistan diaspora, British government, links with Pakistan, as we have historical ties, and CPAC in Pakistan. This is going to provide, I think, a rare opportunity to all of you to make use of this opportunity, because there will be subcontracting, there will be contracts about, because everything is not going to be brought from China. Some they will have manufactured in Pakistan. So you are most welcome to study this opportunity and be prepared to come and make use of this opportunity. You will make good profits. You will serve Pakistan, and I think this will be an opportunity which will, I think, go a long way to serve Pakistan's cause, and of course give you an opportunity to really invest in Pakistan. Overseas Commission, as we have seen, I think this is a wonderful initiative taken by the government of Pakistan under the instructions of Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, and this has been housed, based in Punjab. Mr. Afzal Bhatti is a chartered accountant. He heads this commission as a commissioner. There's a board, and there's a vice chairman, and there are district committees as well. I'm glad to share this with you, that this commission it's a newly born baby. It's a very young organization. It has come into being through an instrument of legislative peace from the Punjab Assembly. It is there to stay forever. So please make use of this body. They are there to serve you. They are slowly but surely expanding. They have started giving results. I know for a fact that lots of Pakistanis have benefited from this commission, and I supervise and oversee this commission's performance personally. After every second month, I take stock takes so that the commission is in the right direction. I give them full support. They are quite independent, autonomous. They have their own funds, their own lawyers, their own consultants. What I do deny them is luxury of buying cars, because I don't believe in buying new cars, because and it is not here to score a point. Ever since I have been elected by the people of Punjab as the Chief Minister for the second time in a row, 2008 and now 2013, I have not bought for myself a second car from the coffers of the government of Punjab. The car which I got in 2008 is still very sturdy and doing the job, and Punjab is running in whatever fashion. I think you are the best judge. So Mr. Bhatti was requested that please don't invest in, don't spend, but invest. Invest in human resource, invest in expertise, and I'm grateful that he picked up my advice without any irritation, and I think he's doing a remarkable job, very competent, honest man. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to tell you that we are not angels. We are, faltering human beings, and I can tell you, I'm the most flawed man standing in front of you. But having said that, by the grace of God, with Allah's support, we are trying to serve our people as best as we can, without again indulging in point scoring. These 3,600 megawatt, this is one example I'm just trying to put before you to explain the case. 3,600 megawatts gas-based power project financed by the government of Pakistan and government of Punjab has been achieved at prices you would not believe, unbelievable prices and terms and conditions. And companies like GE, General Electric, are the main suppliers. And you can't go wrong with them at all. For example, project down south in Guddu Power project, which is about 800 megawatts, was negotiated during the days of General Sharif, and then I think the following government implemented that project. This project has the same combination in terms of suppliers of plant and machinery and in terms of EPC contractors as in Bhikki in Punjab, which we have just awarded the contract to. It is exactly the same set of suppliers and EPC contractors. GE in Guddu, GE in Bhikki in Punjab. Harbin in Guddu as EPC contractors, Harbin in EPC contractor in Punjab. And imagine, here are the numbers, and these are numbers which are absolutely correct, based on facts, and cannot be refuted. Guddu achieved a price of $834,000 per megawatt. Now this is 6-7 years ago. And if you just add, inflationary, impact on this, you can imagine 834,000 into 6% annually, 6 years, and it will go easily cross $1 million. Now Guddu achieved $834,000 per megawatt in Guddu in 6-7 years ago, and Bhikki, which has just been launched, has been achieved at $466,000 per megawatt, almost half, and same combination. We're not angels, but what I'm saying is that wherever there's a will, there's a way, and this is how you serve Pakistan, by saving. And if you put this 3,600 megawatts together, the country has saved for its exchequer $1.1 billion. $1.1 billion. And this is no small amount. I've been saying this in my speeches, that when was the last time, which was the last government which saved for the country, what to talk of $1.1 billion, $11. So this is how Pakistan can be rebuilt. This is how Pakistan was damaged in 68 years, collectively. And I'm not here to wash our dirty linen here. I've just used the word collectively. Is hamam mein sab nange hain. But then again, there's no point in weeping and mourning. What is important is that we should stand up, accept the challenge, move forward in unison, and work tirelessly in a very transparent fashion. And I can guarantee you, we will find our lost place in the community of nations. Absolutely, I have no doubt about it. Wherever there is a will, there is a way. And I think this is a time-tested adage. Ladies and gentlemen, I have taken a lot of your time. Thank you very much for this wonderful afternoon. And I would like to invite you to come to Pakistan, see for yourself. Yes, there are issues, there are gaps. Security is a challenge, no doubt about it. But we held, after many years, after I think 6 years, cricket match at Lahore, Zimbabwe, playing against Pakistan. We had horse and cattle show. After many years, we had we had just had Pakistan's biggest investment conference 2 weeks ago in Lahore, where 250 delegates came from China, Turkey and other countries, and it went very well. And of course, many other wonderful things are taking place, yet we are alive to the threat. We are aware of the problem, and certainly we will be able to achieve our goals in time to come. That is not to say that we will not have setbacks. They are bound to come. Let's not live in fool's paradise. What is important is that we should be alive to this threat and be very well prepared and keep on fighting them till the day they are annihilated and Pakistan becomes victorious. मैं आप सबका बेहद शुक्रगुजार हूँ. आज ये जो शानदार मजलिस का इनेकाद किया गया है, WCOP के जो को चेयर हैं सईद कमर रज़ा और हमारे सजाद करीम साहब, हमारे जो MEP हैं, और दूसरे बड़े बड़े जो हमारे सफ़ीर हैं बरतानिया में, बिजनेसमैन हैं, बैंकर्स हैं और इन्वेस्टर्स हैं और हमारे एक्सपर्ट्स हैं, सब यहाँ पर तशरीफ़ फरमा हैं. बहुत बड़ी तादाद में नहीं, लेकिन आई थिंक देर ऑल हुज़ हू इन दिस कंट्री. अल्लाह ताला आपको और हिम्मत दे कि आप इस मुल्क में रहकर पाकिस्तान का नाम और बुलंद करें. मैंने बड़ी तफसील के साथ जो मसाइल हैं उनको यहाँ पर बयान किया है, मगर मेरा पूरा यकीन है, यकीन वासिक है समीम कल्ब के साथ कि पाकिस्तान अल्लाह ताला की देन है और इंशाअल्लाह कायद और इकबाल के अफकार के मुताबिक पाकिस्तान ज़रूर जल्द अपना खोया हुआ मुकाम हासिल करेगा. शर्त यह है कि हम हिम्मत, मेहनत, अमानत और दयानत को अपना ओढ़ना बिछौना बना लें, तो फिर दुनिया की कोई ताकत, कोई दरिया, कोई समंदर, कोई पहाड़ हमारे रास्ते में रुकावट नहीं बन सकता. अल्लाह ताला हम सब का हामी नासुर हो. पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद.